Why you know
Hey guys, give me a second. Okay. Whew. Nikki is not here today, so I have to figure out everything. What should a man? I mean, what a man can do without his wife? Uh, God says it's not good for the man to be. I mean, I say God said it's not good for William to be alone. He's gonna mess up everything today. So, guys, I'm just glad to be here. We're gonna talk about love and relationship. So today's topic is Proverbs 31, the virtuous bride. Okay, and I'm gonna give you guys some keys to help you identify this virtuous bride. Okay, how to identify the virtuous bride. That's the title. So, and my foundational text is Proverbs 31. And you're familiar with this, everybody, hey, just looking for the Proverbs 31 woman. Okay, guys. So I need you to stay with me. We're going to go and I'm going to count one, two, three. Let's go. Okay. So I need you guys to share the live, invite, and share the live. So let's talk about Proverbs 31 woman. Okay. So we know that in the book of Proverbs, the Bible is very descriptive of what should a virtuous woman look like. Okay. Very descriptive. Need you guys to go back, grab your Bible, or read it over and over and over and over again. And that's what my wife and I we did. We studied this Proverbs 31 scriptures and we came up with those characteristics, and I think there are 10 of them. And we're going to give you guys few right now. And I'm going to start with step number one, which is the worshiper of friendship. Okay, the worshiper of friendship. And this first woman, okay, this first characteristic is Ruth. Okay, guys. So Ruth, we all familiar with Ruth and Naomi, and Ruth decided to follow her mother-in-law Naomi in her lands right after the husband died. Okay, and she said, "Wherever you go, I will go. Your people shall become my people. Your God, my God." And we all know, the end of the story. Ruth met Boaz and they got married. And from this union, came Jesse, came King David, King Solomon, and Jesus, because Boaz was from the tribe of Judah. Okay. But it started right there. And why Ruth? Okay. But first of all, understand that the Hebrew word for worship is avodah, which is translated by divine service. Okay, Ruth was a woman of service. She was a worshiper. Okay, but she was also friendly. She was friendly to her mother-in-law. She was a worshiper because she was a woman of service. She loved to serve. She loved to work. She loved to care for other people. So the Hebrew word for friend is shaver, and shaver means associate, colleague, fellow companion, or partner. Okay, and you can see right here that Ruth was not only the daughter-in-law to Naomi, she was a companion. She was an associate. She was a partner. Okay, in their business. So, what must a man look first when to identify this virtuous bride? Okay, you want to find a woman who is a worshiper, a woman who is a friend. Okay, my wife would tell you, before William there was God. After William, there will still be God. Okay, she always in position of worshiping her God. Worship, I just described it, means divine service. So she was called before she met me. I met her, she was in service. Okay, she was in service, and she's very friendly. I mean, we clicked right after we connected. We met, we clicked, and she showed me how friendly she was. Okay, these are two characteristics that a woman must possess. Okay, the first thing you want to identify in that virtuous woman is the worship. Okay, after the worship, she must be friendly. So you want to make sure that your woman is a worshiper and a friend. So excuse me, guys. This is my child. So okay. So a worshiper is a person who's constantly in the presence of God. Man, you want your woman to always be in the presence of God. That's something that is key, guys. You want the woman to be in the presence of God. Why? Because in the presence of God, she will learn how to fear the Lord. And fearing God is the beginning of all wisdom. There is no, and fearing here, I'm talking about reverence, okay? Reverence in God is the beginning of wisdom, and wisdom will always lead you to success. There is no path of success without wisdom. Okay, so a woman who's constantly in the presence of God, a woman who's a worshiper, okay, obtain wisdom. A true worshiper is anyone who's firstly attracted by the spiritual side or aspect of life more than anything. Okay, so this virtuous woman, she's firstly attracted by the spiritual side of more than anything else. Meaning, and I'll give the example of my relationship with my wife. She was attracted by my spiritual side. She was more like, you know what? I love being in your presence because, William, I know you are a worshiper. I know you see God. I know you always looking for God's answer, God's connection, God's wisdom. And even when you're not doing right, I know you will seek God, you will seek the Lord, so you can get that wisdom. So that was our first connection right there. Because I was fasting, and she said, "You know what? Let me go fast with you. How about that?" So a true worshiper is anyone who firstly attracted by the spiritual aspect of life. Then you have, finally, a true worshiper is considered to be a friend of God. Abraham was a friend of God. He was called a friend of God. Okay. And we always find favor in his eyes. When you are a friend of mine, you always find favor. Okay. Because my wife and I, we friends, I've always got favor. I will get something that you guys can get. That's favor. And the word says, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. He obtains favor from the Lord. Okay. I didn't write that code, that scriptures. That's inspired by God. And I can tell you, I obtained favor. I came legally in America, then I lost my status, and then I met my wife. We got married. Through that connection to the land, through her, I was blessed to get my paperwork, blessed to go back to school to graduate, blessed to go to college, blessed to, be part of a great ministry, blessed to have an amazing job that I love, blessed to be able to be in a position to impact other people because I don't have to worry about my status. My status being restored right after I married my wife. But it started before I met my wife, because 7 years prior I met my wife, I was already in position of worship. I was in the presence of God, seeking for my woman, and seeking the Lord so He can show me, He can tell me, but also grow my wisdom. All right, and so Ruth, to come back to her, Ruth was a worshiper and a trustworthy woman. Okay, who was not afraid to abandon her own ways and learn how to rely upon new ones. Okay, a true worshiper is not afraid wherever he goes, because the scripture said every territory that you set the foot of your you said the plant of your foot belong to you. Okay, and a true worshiper is not afraid of new lands, of new waters, of new places, of new relationship. Okay, is not afraid of that. And Ruth was not afraid, because not only she was a worshiper, meaning somebody was always in divine connection with God, but she was a friend of God and she was trustworthy. Remember, she said, "Your people will be my people, your God will be my God." That was key right there for the success. Okay, and further, but allowing to follow Naomi's God, she demonstrated that she can be trusted where God's business is concerned. I mean, come on, guys. Ruth showed that, hey, your God will be my God, your people will be my people, your rule, your law will be mine. I forget everything about my past. Now I'm looking forward, but I'm leaving the present. The present for me right now, man, is to be in the presence of God. Okay, that's very important. That's key. So Ruth decided to dwell in the presence of the Most High God and be led by Him. Your God shall be my God, your people, my people. Ruth 1:16 and 17. So, and any marital wife must fear or revere God, be in His presence, always in worship mode, which is, divine service, because worship equals wisdom. When you're a worshiper, you are a wise person. And the woman that you want to marry, any marital woman out there, must be a worshiper and a friend, because when you're a worshiper, you're trustworthy. I'm not talking about singing in a choir. I'm not talking about being part of the praise team. I'm not talking about being a religious person. I'm not talking about somebody who's always every Sunday in church, 4 days a week in church. I'm talking about a true worshiper, somebody who's worshiping God in spirit and in truth. That's what I'm talking about. And it's very important. And that's how any man connecting to that type of woman will obtain favor from the Lord. Okay, man. Guys, you need to know that this is the first step. Okay, and on identifying your virtuous bride. She must be a worshiper, always in the presence of God to obtain wisdom and allow herself to be a vessel of favor to her man. Okay, so that's very important. And with a friendly character, that woman will help get the best out of a man. With a friendly character, this woman will help get the best out of her man or her husband and make their relationship powerful and stronger. Okay, so the first quality to identify the virtuous bride is worship and friendship. Worship and friendship are the first two qualities to identify in the virtuous bride. Guys, This is your boy William Anime. Stay tuned. I will come back with more, and I hope the next time Nikia will be with us, so she can, chime in and brings, her feminine, a woman, sight and spice it up a little bit. But if you guys have more questions, do not hesitate. Please text us, email us, send your questions, and we will be glad to respond. Be glad to engage with you guys. Share the live, share the live. We will come back and stay tuned because September 8th to 16th through 18, we have the Love and Relationship Conference coming up in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Okay, guys. For more information, just follow us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, On the Wheel, and Nikia. I love you guys, and we're together. Stay tuned.